my name is Olivia Olvera, and this is my literacy project. Although my focus is kindergarten, and kindergartners don't really do projects. More so, so I have created literacy stations based around sort of like project based. So each station, each kid, each group will have a station they go to, and they will learn something. And the book I chose is Goodnight Moon. Goodnight Moon by Margaret Wise Brown. I'm in my mother's classroom, so I'm going to turn the camera to my stations and just explain to you a little bit about my stations. Okay, so what I have here first is station 1, which will be a teacher-led station. And so I would hope to have like a kidney table, and me sitting across from them. I would give them this piece of paper, this just white piece of paper, has white at the top, and then it has lines on the bottom. And then I would give them these words, and I would have them all spread their words out in front of them so they could see them all the correct way. They return the correct way. And then I would ask them to find a certain word so that we can make a sentence. And I would remind them that a sentence needed an uppercase letter, and then they needed space between their words. And then I would say some of the first few words and see if they could find them. Some of these words probably are a little more towards the end of kindergarten, not at the beginning. So maybe in the spring. Telephone, great, and there is some pretty more advanced words for kindergarten. So these would be more along the lines of sight words. So I would have them find in the Great Green Room there was a telephone, and they would glue them up here. Okay, and as we're talking about it, we would talk about, the different things about the sentence, and about the double O in the word room. Then once they got them, all of them got them glued on, we would read the sentence. I would have each student read the sentence themselves, and then together we would read it as a group. After they finished reading for this station, they would write the sentence. So they would get audio, they would get different components of literature, being able to write their sentences, put space between their words, punctuation, capitalization, all of those good things. So when they are finished, their paper would look like this. And then I would do probably 20-minute stations, and then I would, if there was time left, I would have them draw a picture of the Great Green Room where there was a telephone. So that was my station number 1. My second station would be like an audio station. So I would record myself reading the book, Goodnight Moon, and they would all have a copy, and they would be at a station where there was an audio set up for me to record a reading of Goodnight Moon, and they would just go through and turn the page and follow along in the book Goodnight Moon. In 20 minutes, they may have 3 or 4 times they could listen to this, but that is just ample repetition for them to be able to understand comprehension and understand chronological order, and first, middle, and last. So that would be my station number 2. I would also have to pre-teach the students how to push play on the audio device, and also to rewind if it was like old school tape players. So there are still some of those out there, some places. So that would be my second station. My third station, they would be working on handwriting. And so I would all make them this paper right here that says Goodnight Moon. I would also have already pre-taught rainbow tracing, and they would rainbow trace the words Goodnight Moon. They would start with the green dot and end with the red. So they would do each letter, yellow, yellow, orange, red, green, blue, purple, brown, and black. And then they would do every single letter of this title. Rainbow tracing is just a different way to further their writing skills and their grip with their fine motor skills and holding onto their pencil and crayons, especially in kindergarten. I have fat crayons here, which I think I like to use in kindergarten just so that they can have a little bit better grip, and then we would move to larger crayons as the year ended out. So that would be my third station. My fourth station would be a computer station, and they will be able to click on the link that is available, and they will be listening to Good Night Moon read to them. Once they have, there will be a link on each of their computers, so their computers would already be preset for these stations. They will be able to watch and use the headphones and be able to listen and watch the story. This link actually has it animated, so there's things that move, and it's a little different from the audio. So when they finish this station, the students will go to their fifth station, and it's their final station, and they will do a chronological order of the items that come in the book. So they will all have probably these pre-cut just to save time. Maybe they may be able to do this and still have time, cut their squares out. And as the book is read through the red balloon, and then the cow jumping over the moon, and then the bears and the chairs, and the kittens and the mittens, and the comb and the brush and the big bowl of mush, the quiet old lady, the light, the clocks, the socks, the little toy house, and the little mouse. I would want them to put this in order, and what would happen was they would have listened to this story many, many times, plus they would be following along with their own copy of this story and getting their getting different things put in the correct order. Once we finish this, then I would probably whole group give them on Friday, probably give them all their paper back, and we would go through this together and make sure that they had these in the right order, following along in the book and making sure that each student came across the picture as they should. That would be my fifth station. So these are my different projects for the Goodnight Moon by Margaret Wise Brown. There are so many different literature projects that could be done, but these are one of my favorite. I did I actually found a rubric for this, and each student would get one of these by me, because it would definitely be a qualitative assessment. And so each station work, I would rate them and give them a grade. I kind of tweaked this a little bit. I did find this on Paid Teacher for free. There's so many rubrics, but you can get a 9 or 10 as perfect with a 90 to 100%. You could get an 80 to an 89, a 70 to a 79, and then needs development. I'd like to mix up my centers based on levels and how I think they are doing, but there's a lot of times that I think I would like to switch that. Put some of my lower kids with my higher kids and see how well that they may progress. So anyway, that is all